Alright guys, welcome back. Went and got me another gear because the gear that comes with it, well, the original Typhon comes with this, and also in the package you have another gear which is like almost like a 19 tooth, I believe, or 17. But I got one here. This is 29 tooth. Alright, this is gonna be the pinion on the motor, right? And this is the one we did in the last video. This is a 34 tooth. I did put a little O-ring right there. That's to protect the thing from coming out of there. Alright, the little shaft that holds these cups in. Alright, anyways, let's continue, guys. We do need a little bit of a lock thread. So I'm going to use this little bag right here. I'm going to leave it right here. And what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to put a little bit of my lock thread on top of this bag. You don't need a whole lot. 1 or 2 drops should be more than a lot, alright? But anyways, first of all, we need to put this guy in, right? This will sit in that direction. It has to be close to the mount of the motor, right? And then you have this little guy, which is gonna drop dead from right here, and it's gonna hold the bearing in place, alright? And that should line the bearing to it. And then we have another piece right here, which is gonna go right through here, same way, and that's gonna squeeze the bearing there. So it's gonna lock the gear, the bearing, the spool valve right there. Everything's gonna be in one little spot. All right, these 2 little screws right here, they don't need a lock thread. Neither did they have a lock thread. So we're gonna put those screws in. Right, and what I'll do is I'll use my little drill to get these all the way in. Lock them up in a little bit, but just want to snug them for now. Alright. So at least that's holding for me, alright? Oops, did I drop this on my lock thread? Let me clean that off. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, the next 2 screws, they had lock thread on it, so we're gonna pull a little bit of lock thread, just like I did right there, right? And that's gonna go into the metal part of the mount here. Even if you don't want to put lock thread here, guys, it's alright, because that rubber, the plastic top piece is working like it, alright? But I'm going to try to do this manually, so I got to find my Allen key here. Where did I put my Allen key? My Allen key was here somewhere, but now I can't find it, but it's alright. You know, it's the next day. Or it's right down here. It's alright. Let me see if I can get it with the motor. With my electric gun here. Alright. There we have it. Let's go to the second one. Alright. Let's lock this up manually by hand now. So I got this in. I got this guy a little loose. Let me lock it up. And make sure your bearing and everything is in a perfect spot where you like it. So this thing is like a little sandwich. It's going to grab the gear right in the middle with the bearings locked in. So it has nowhere to move around, but just to turn with the power of the motor. Right? There we go. And there we have it, guys. The pinion is next, but we have this locked in, alright? So let's get to the pinion gear. How I like to install a pinion gear. If you know how to get the gap in there perfectly, alright? You don't want to lock it in there either, so it's metal to metal. It is going to make noise, but if you like, let me go get a piece of paper and then I'll show you what I like to do. Alright Guys, got me a piece of paper, but before that, let's lock up the little pinion gear here. So let me put a little bit of a lock thread on this, because this thing did not come with anything at all. Alright, so just a little bit will do. It's a huge gear. Even this piece is big, so I might have to use a different size. Alright, that's ridiculous big. Alright, so a little bit of lock thread that I have here. There we have it, it's blue. Alright, and let's get this thing in there. Again, this is 29 teeth. This thing is going to have a lot of power. Serious amount of power. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this guy in. We might have to go back a little bit because it won't go through. And let's turn the motor this direction. Alright. Alright, we gotta have that little cut area on the shaft here directly facing the little locking screw. So right inside we have that little locking screw. Let's get it to sit properly. What I like to do is align these two gears, like flush the top of it. Alright, you don't want it too down, so they're sitting even. Alright. Alright, there we have it. That looks pretty good right there. And what I'll do is I'll lock up the little screw right there, and it shouldn't move from there. Alright, that's it, guys. Nice and tight. So this gear is not going anywhere. But now, this little guy right here, how I like to do this is, you're going to put a little piece of paper in between here. You could turn it so it goes into the gear. That's going to give it a perfect amount of gap in there, right? And then you can lock up both of these right here. If you can do it by eye without putting a piece of paper, that's even better. Either way, you just don't want it too tight so the gears are not screaming, and they're gonna damage themselves if they are screaming like that. But anyways, there we have it, guys. This has lock thread already on it, but the gears are meshed in. Alright, it will make a noise, but this is all set, ready to go. Right, guys? So we're done with this. Alright, there we have it, guys. Alright, so what we'll do next is we'll take this and drop it into the Super Typhon. Alright, guys, here we have our Super Duper Typhon. Alright, new dog bones. Alright, one is longer than the other. The front one got to travel very far, so it's a longer one, and the back one is a shorter one. So this is going to be a little tricky since you can't put the dog bone in just like that. So what you're going to have to do is work with it. You're gonna have to get it in there, line it, and then drop the motor, right? Both sides. You're gonna have to do that with both, all right? And then you gotta hold it down and put the screws in, all right? But once you have it in position, it should not be a problem, guys. So let's keep it right there. If I can't show you, I might have to do it off the camera, but I'm gonna try my best to show you. I'm sure there's other ways. Any way you like, it's all up to you guys. Sometimes you can remove the front and rear end and do it that way. Any way that makes sense and is easy, alright? But this was not so bad. You see that? It was not so bad. So all I need to do is get my screws, which I have back here, which I'm about to pick up right now. All of these are gonna have lock thread on it. So there's no doubts about that. So we are gonna put more lock thread on all these bolts. So I have some lock thread here. I'm working a little bit over here, guys, so you might not see it, but all I'm doing is putting some of this lock thread on these screws. Right? But I'm gonna do it as we go along, alright? So I'm gonna hold this in place so nothing moves, but at the same time I need to align the little holes. All right, so 3 screws that are gonna go into metal mount are gonna have lock thread. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so if you got your one ready, just take it and put it right there. Once you have one in there, guys, it's gonna hold for you. Just snug it down and you don't have to worry about anything dropping on the back end, and then it'd be more easy for you. But just don't take the crap out of it, because then you're not gonna be able to wiggle anything around. All right, see that I can move everything around, but I no longer need to hold, even though I'm holding. Got my second screw here with lock thread on it, and I'm gonna grab the third one, put some lock thread on that. Just dip it into the little area that you have, like me, if you have it on the bag. Alright, and there it goes. Seems like the thread are not straight here, so I'm gonna remove it, turn it back, and try to re-catch the threads. There you go, that's better. Alright. I can just simply let go of the bottom now, right? I don't need to get my hands super duper tired. All right, the other 2 screws that we have, they go right here. Make sure you line the threads, and then you can simply just tighten all these. The one that goes into the plastic, don't overdo it, don't strip it, guys. All right, there we have it. Let me tighten these up, and it's all set. All right, everything is done. I am gonna put the little side pullers on, because I thought about it last night. This is gonna protect these side covers of the Typhon. I am gonna put it on just in case I swerve into something and bam, something hits it there, and I don't want to damage the vehicle. So just take off these 4 screws here, put it in there, and these over here, and there might be one long screw that go in there. But anyways, that's it, guys. We have our super duper fast Typhon ready, and 34 gears on the center drive, 29 on the Pinion. All right, that's what we have in there, and the car is longer. So if we take our body here, we put it on, you're gonna see how long this Typhon is now. See that? Look at the difference. All right, one thing we're missing is one thing that we need to invent this. The rear, the mountings for the body here, we might have to invent something that's gonna come out further, like a rod or something, and it's gonna attach, and that's the only way to hold this little guy into place. But anyway, guys, don't forget to plug in the motor. All right, use the color code if yours is color coded, and if they're not color coded, then go buy ABCD. Some cars don't have ABCD either, some motors. Then you need to figure out the correct rotation. All right, and if you do it once and it's not the correct rotation, just swap one of the cables with another one. So what I would do is I would swap these 2 or these 2 and see which way the motor goes. So all right, guys, and thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I am going to be putting the side covers, like I said. You might not see it on the video. And also I forgot one little guy. The new brace came with the new little guys here, the metal ones. I have those sitting over there. I'm gonna put those on. So pretty much I'm gonna be taking out this screw and swapping that. That'd be on my, you won't even see that, guys. All right, so bye bye, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys, before I end everything, got my battery connected, the ESC is running. Let's come a little closer, guys. Just want to show you guys, this little guy is not attached. like I was saying, if we take our controller and move it around, all we're gonna do is we're gonna dismount this little guy right here, right? So if you dismount the little screw right in the center of the servo, it's a long screw and it probably got a lock thread, I don't know, it's just a little stiff. We are going to be doing test drives before we do anything crazy with it, but let's put this end on first, guys. Alright, I'm gonna have to get a needle nose to hold the bottom so I can lock this up. So let me see if I can use this needle nose right here, a plier, even if it's not a needle nose, it's alright. I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind right now. Alright guys, there we have it. I do have one screw loose down here, I believe. I'll look into that. Yeah, I remember now. That's what I forgot. Anyways, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure your tires are straight, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna simply put this on right there, and then you're gonna lock this servo up, the linkage and the whatever pitman arm, whatever you want to call this thing right here. I don't know the name for it. I'll figure that out down the road as we go along, guys. But lock that up, and there we have it, guys. We have steering. All right, that's all to it. All right, we'll do more videos. We're gonna test drive this before we do anything crazy, and I will be inventing something there. If you need to put like a little rod there, you just need to bring it up probably like 1.5 inches to 2 inches max, no more than that. Measure it, cut it, put screws through it, and that's it. Alright guys, the Typhon is done. I made a little rear body mount here. So all I did was use this little plastic piece right here on both sides. There's 2 screws in the back that goes to the original post here. This is the original post in there. You see it has a hole in the bottom in there. So I took a screw, the 2 screws from the back, I cut the head off just like this one. I will splice it off, drill the hole on this end, and this one already has it, so that screw can screw into this side and that side, all right, and to both sides, all right. So pretty much drill the hole there, cut this little guy, and put it right through, and it goes in there normally. And in the back, I used the second screw. There was 2 screws back here, so it's held in by 1 screw, and I did the same thing there, guys, and it worked beautiful, right? There we have our Typhon. Right, the body is mounted. Only another problem you're gonna have is the antenna here. Since the body is a little off, the chassis is longer, the antenna is far back, so it's like right now sitting in that angle. You can maneuver it around, close up that hole if you want, put a sticker or something, and that's it. Let it go. Alright guys, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I got great videos coming out, and I'm gonna be taking this for a test drive so you guys can see the videos of me test driving this. And I'm gonna use these wheels, and later on I have another set of wheels. All right, say hello to my eagle. All right, bye bye.